everybody. My name is Max Rubens, and I am part of the Cluster 1. I'm going to make my presentation on iodine. So, as you may know, iodine is classified under the group name of trace minerals. And as such, iodine is needed in very small amounts in our organism. The iodine is located from 120 to 50 micrograms per day. RDA depends on your age, your sex, and also your physical condition. By example, if you are a lactating woman or if you were pregnant, you need more iodine. Uh, on the contrary, if someone is if it's a man or if it's a woman who is not pregnant, neither lactating, so that person may need from 120 to 150. But for lactating women, as you can see on this page, it is from 200 to 290 day. Just like vitamin and other minerals, iodine is to be taken with certain limits because according to Cal, which is the author of the book that we are using, the upper level of iodine 1,100 micrograms per day for adult men and women. So if you go beyond this limit, you were exposed to uh, health risk or life-threatening conditions. Okay, now what are the major functions of iodine? Our body needs iodine to achieve normal growth and health. According to the Mayo Clinic, a component of two thyroid hormones, which are the thyroxine or T4 and thiodo- thiodotironin, eh, which is T3. So, and iodine also supports the brain function in infants. So, without iodine, a unborn can face what we call mental retardation, but also birth defect and many other health conditions that can pose great problem to the unborn. Other functions of iodine is that iodine plays a vital role in our organism because of the widespread consequences of the role it plays in the thyroid hormones, which in turn critically participate in the metabolism and development function. The T3 and T4 noticed in the hormone associated to thyroid refer to the molecule of iodine that is concerned. Selenium is needed to convert T4 into T3, and the remaining conversion is done by the liver, the gallbladder, the bile ducts, and the kidney. So there is a conversion that is needed from T4 to T3 for iodine to fulfill uh, its role in our organism correctly. Okay, now we are going to talk about food sources for iodine. According to the National Institute of Health, uh, food sources can be seaweed, grain product, eggs, milk, iodized salt, which is the source that is most available. Grain product and eggs are, and also one clarification is that grain product and eggs are the major contributors of iodine to the American diet. Iodine is also present in human breast milk and infant formula. But to be more detailed, you can find iodine in cranberries, yogurt, navy beans, strawberries, cheese. I already cited iodized salt, milk, saltfish, shrimp, tuna, uh, Himalayan crystal salt, prunes, eggs, banana, corn, breads, and also turkey breast. So we have plenty of sources of iodine, and we really have choice and dependent on our style to go to the market. So it's possible that we don't have to spend a lot of money to receive the quantity of iodine that we need on a daily basis. Okay, so what happens when uh, there's a iodine deficiency? Um, Iodine deficiency has multiple adverse effects, including water and cretinism. On and there's effect affect the growth and development, and it is the most common cause of preventable mental retardation in the world. Goiter, which is a sign of hyperthyroidism, will occur if a person's iodine intake falls below approximately 10 to 20 microgram per day. During pregnancy, iodine is very important, uh, and we can say its importance is critical because it can impair mental function and lead to poor physical development. So, under normal conditions, the body really controls thyroid hormone concentration. Uh, but very low iodine intake can reduce thyroid hormone production even in the presence of elevated thyroid hormone concentration. So now we are going to talk about toxicity, uh, because when you consume too much iodine, it is possible that you face some health condition. Given consuming too much iodine of or can result into toxicity, scientists have established upper level of iodine consumption to 1,100 microgram per day. Iodine toxicity can cause enlargement of the thyroid gland and decrease thyroid hormone synthesis. But also, some precision that we can have is that, okay, for adults like 19 and older, uh, 1,100 microgram per day can be critical, but for adolescents between 14 to 18, it should be limited to 900 micrograms per day, because beyond this limit, uh, it can be life threatening. Because when we say 1,100 microgram per day, which is the threshold. It's not the threshold for everybody, because, by example, if you have a children that is aged from 1 to 3 years old, so the threshold is 200 micrograms per day according to Healthline. So depending on the age, sex, and physical condition of the person that is concerned by iodine consumption, so you may have to refer to different thresholds. Okay, so what does iodine do in metabolism? Uh, as you could read earlier, iodine participates in facilitating and maintaining easy metabolism. Iodine plays a vital role in our organism because of the widespread consequence of the role it plays in the thyroid hormones. But also, every aspect of your metabolism is regulated by thyroid. So any significant imbalance in iodine can cause weight loss, rapid or irregular heartbeat, sweating, and nervousness or irritability, and cretinism in children. So if you consume too much, there is a problem. If you receive too little amount, then there may be a problem too. But there are certain preconditions for the preconditions to face the negative effect or the side effect of iodine, because some people already have thyroid problem. So if you have thyroid problem, then and you are facing uh, another consumption or under consumption of iodine, so you are more likely to develop some complication. Okay, something that it was interesting to me when I was making researches about iodine was about when it was discovered, which is in 1811. Actually, it was not uh, in a laboratory setting, well organized. He was doing Napoleonian Wars, because the scientist was Bernard Courtois, who was who accidentally discovered iodine, was trying to do something else, because uh, he was he would burn the suet and wash the ash with water, because he was using wood and isolating potassium, and that he would extract from suet. After adding a little too much of sulfuric acid one time, Courtois noticed a cloud of violet gas. He then discovered that the vapor would condense into deep violet crystals on cold surfaces. So, in terms of conclusion, now, because iodine is very important in our organism, I would recommend, it is very important that people consume iodine percent to the most updated dietary reference intakes, because iodine is a micronutrient. So scientists and researchers are still making researches regarding vitamins and other minerals. So maybe they can find some updates regarding iodine, and you may want to know that. And the second thing would be to limit your eat out occasions, as restaurant and junk food tend to exaggerate the quantity of condiment required for healthy eating. And the third thing, which is the last thing, would be mindful about importance of iodine for pregnant or lactating women and the unborn or newborn that is concerned. So as you can see, this is my cited sources. Um, I use the book that we use in the class and also books that I've been using in previous nutrition class, and also some internet sources, which are the National Institute of Health and also the Mayo Clinic. I'm waiting for your comments, suggestions. Thank you for following me. Bye.